Welcome back to the YouTube, everybody. Today, we're going to start talking about spiritual intuition. And intuition is a lot more than what we've kind of been taught about. We haven't really been taught what intuition is, but I'm here to clear it up, and I'm here to tell you today exactly what it is. So I'm going to tell you what intuition is, what it's not, what it's used for, what it's not used for, and what impacts it. So, intuition, the word intuition means spiritual perception. That's what it means. It doesn't mean a gut feeling. I do understand when you say, oh, my gut told me to, not drive down this road. My gut is telling me to not do this. What you mean is intuition. Spiritual perception. Okay, that's intuition. If we look deeper into what spiritual perception is, like the function of it, things start to get a little more interesting. This is like, it makes me kind of geek out. But intuition is not feeling, and it is not emotion. Let's start off with it. I guess we can start off and say what it's not. Feeling and emotion, it is not that. Intuition is spiritual perception. Now, perception indicates reception, like you are receiving something. So when you are intuitive, you are not pushing anything out. The arrow is not going from me to you. So like if I blow at you, that's not intuition. That's something else. It's feeling or whatever. So intuition is not feeling or emotion, but why? Well, because feeling is, let's say we had feelers, like antlers or something, if there was a portion at the very tip of what, the receptor, that would be considered feeling. Okay, that is what feeling is. Feeling is receiving something, receiving data from existence, translating it, and now it creates our reality. And I know I'm starting to talk like I'm going into the matrix, but it's true. So you have two types of things out here, things that exist and things that are real. Existence is not reality. Reality is how you are engaging in what is real. So things that are real mean pertaining to physical existence. Real is physical existence. So reality, it means pertaining to physical existence. Something that you cannot detect is not physical to you. Okay, it's not physical to you. So, and there's a lot of different physical elements that exist. So water is physical. It's just liquid. Oxygen also is physical. It's just air. Blood is physical. It's a liquid. Rocks and rubies and diamonds, minerals and stones, those too are physical, right? So there's different types of physical that we can address. I want to let you know that reality only pertains to how you relate to physical existence. Because real means pertaining to physical existence. How do you engage with the color blue? Because blue is physical. It's just electricity. If you can detect it, it's physical. With your body. So what are the points of entry through this thing that we call feeling? This thing that we call feeling, actually science created a category for it. In humankind, we call this intellect. And intellect, I know a lot of people see discernment. Okay, I talk like this because I'm trying to transform your life through this thing called discernment. So intellect, okay, intellect literally means, or the etymology of intellect means cognitive facilities. Cognitive facilities. So your cognition, how you receive things through your eyeballs, through your ears. How do you hear? How do you smell? Like ooh, that's an apple pie, or that's a candle. That's, ooh, my dog just went poop, right? What are you tasting? Part of your intellect is actually called intuition, spiritual perception. Okay, so feeling is only reception. It's pure reception. It's pure download. You are just downloading the thing. And as soon as you can detect something, it's no longer in existence. It's in this thing called reality. Outside of your ability to detect something like hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, and in your intuition, outside of that, to you, it's not real. Reality is relative. And I mean that. Reality is relative only to you. So this is what we call world, your world, my world. If I draw a 9 right here, okay, here's a sand. I'm drawing a 9 right here. Okay, to you, this 9 is a 6. To me, it's a 9. We all live in our own world, but we live on the same planet. Okay, there's only one planet, billions and billions of worlds. Now, what is world, and why am I talking like this? This is not really some sci-fi stuff. The word world means the affairs of life. The affairs of life. So, and I don't mean like cheating on your wife or your husband or anything crazy like that. The affairs, how you live life, your day-to-day engagements with things. Did you stub your toe? Was it painful? Did you enjoy that pain? Or did you kind of break the table? Did somebody curse you out? Did you get cheated on? Did you get bit by a cat today? Did you eat cabbage or steak or carrots today? The affairs of life. Are you colorblind? Do you understand what a giraffe sounds like? What about a koala? What about a car? Do you know how to drive a stick shift? All these different things make up your world. Okay? And your world is based off of your intellect, but your intellect, your intellect is governed by this thing called your mind. And your mind is far more important in the spirit world than I think people really understand. Your mind is far more critical to you spiritually than you know. Why? Your mind is the only crossroad between the physical world and the spiritual world that God installed in us. That we are designed with a mind. We have a brain, we have a mind. The mind is a spiritual tool. All of your spiritual warfare happens in your mind. It happens in your mind. Okay? Every last one of your experiences of spiritual warfare. People cursing you out, people trying to get you to have unwanted sex, people trying to get you drunk, people trying to, cast you out of the family. All that spiritual warfare stuff, that happens in your mind. I'm letting you know. Okay? So, feeling is a part of the body. Okay? It's part of it's part of the mind that shifts reality or existence into reality. There's a phrase, does the tree, if a tree falls in the middle of the forest, does it make a sound? Well, if you're not in the forest, it does not make a sound. Does the sound exist? Yes. But is the sound real? No. And that's it feels like a paradox how I'm kind of explaining it, but it's absolutely true. According to the definitions, according to the process, reality and existence, different things. They are completely different things. Because in existence, we have things that are unknown and unknowable. Okay, there are two things that participate in existence: the unknown and the unknowable. But in reality, you have the unknown and the known. Okay? So that's feeling. Let's get that out the way. Feeling is pure reception. Now we have emotions. Okay? Intuition is not feelings. We're just getting this out the way. Next, intuition is not emotion. A lot of people get confused here because your physical body experiences a lot of things the very same way, in the same manner. For example, anxiety and excitement. Your physical body literally experiences anxiety and excitement in the same manner. It's true. The only thing that shifts if you are anxious or if you are excited is your mindset. And remember, your mind is the battleground in spiritual warfare. So, for example, if you think that your house getting repossessed is something that's scary, you get anxious. Oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Demons are showing you an image of your destruction. What you're doing is you're paying attention to that. Remember, what you pay for, you get in return. So if you pay attention to that thing, you get something in return. You pay attention to destruction, you get what's called worry or anxiety, or either a mixture of both those. Maybe sometimes both. You might be worried and you might be anxious. Some people just call it stress. So, in that same example, you could, be or have an image of new opportunities. Instead of losing your house being a bad thing, many people don't understand God sometimes closes doors to protect you. Quite often, actually. He closes doors to protect you, to protect me. And I know some of the things I tried to fight, kick, and scream to keep in my life. And I still probably will. When God takes things out, my physical body, I'm like, no, I need that. And God's like, I got to take it, Kyle. I don't know what to tell you, but let's move on to what I got next for you. Okay. So anyway, emotions and intuition and feelings oftentimes are experienced physically the same way. So it's very hard for you to be able to distinguish the difference between what you're feeling and emotion and intuition if your only measuring tool is your physical body. People have issues telling the difference between joy and happiness, sadness and depression, anxious or anxiety and excitement, sexuality and lust. Okay, it's very, very hard for people to distinguish the two if you only, or three things, if you are only measuring the difference by the experience your physical body has. So we need to dig deeper, get curious, okay? Please get curious. So what is an emotion? An emotion is the definition is social agitation. Social agitation. So this tells us a few things, okay? Tells us a few things right here, actually. The word or social, it means like there must be more than one, okay? And social also indicates like interspecies interaction, okay? You can't really be social with an ant. You can't really be social with a dog. I know I love my doggies, but I'm here at the house by myself with my dogs all the time. I need human interaction. This is that, and that taught me a lesson. Social is almost certainly like the same species. It only involves the same species. Dogs can keep you company, but you'll still be lonely because God did not make dogs for humans. God made woman for man and man for women. It's the law, okay? It's the law. Like people don't understand that when you like we have the laws of the universe. Okay, and God is not the universe, so just follow me. So we have the laws of the universe, like laws of gravity, laws of polarity, laws of inertia, thermodynamics, and a whole bunch of other ones. Wonderful, wonderful discoveries humanity brought to the surface. They already existed. God created all of everything, and those laws were part of his creation. Okay, we did not invent those. So God created all of everything, then that means that like the law of gravity, if it's perfect. It's perfect. It's so perfect. If something was off about the equation, there will be no existence. All like planets, suns, and moons will just be wandering stars, ice balls into the empty wonder of nothingness. We be all dark, pitch black. Okay, but it had to be perfect. The law of thermodynamics, inertia, polarity, they had to be perfect. And people think God's law is optional. It's not something that we have a choice. There's no ability to exit God's law. If you don't follow it, death is the outcome. Okay? Death, and your legacy is death. Man and woman together. If you think that you aren't supposed to be with man and woman, well, why do you think your life is miserable? And you can sit here and say it's not, but sitting in your room by yourself with your cats and dogs alone. Right? Yeah. Loneliness creeps in. Have integrity. Have integrity with your own mind. Okay? So, emotions. It indicates more than one human being here. social agitation, okay? Social agitation. And agitation doesn't mean necessarily anything unpleasant. It just means that something is produced. Something is being stirred up. Something something is being combined and being pushed out. It's like a form of expression. So, emotions exist as a byproduct of human engagement. Somehow, you might be listening to me here on YouTube. You might be going over to, get your hamburger at McDonald's. You might be going to play basketball. You might be, going to cheerleading practice. You might be going over to your dad's house. You might be, going to the gym. You might be, walking past your neighbor's house and you wave at them. All of these interactions, all of this contact, the engagement, once your intellect receives or makes contact, what ends up happening is there's an emotion. There's a type of energy that exists. And it gets real strange here. I've discovered it. I have not heard anybody else speak kind of like this. But emotions are not real. Even though we can detect them, they are not real. And Kyle, how are emotions not real, but I can feel them? If I'm angry, I feel angry. I feel the anger. I can feel it in my chest. It's like it's warming me up. It's making my palms sweat. When I'm sad, I can feel that too. When I'm happy, I can definitely feel that. When I'm full of expectation, disappointment, whatever emotion, I feel all of that. How can you tell me it's not real? Well, real. Remember what the word real means. Okay? I said it earlier. Real, pertaining to physical existence. Matter. The word physical, it means matter. Having matter, actual matter. Like atoms and nucleuses and stuff like that. Single cell organisms. Okay, matter. Physical, anything physical has to have some type of evidence. And the evidence of anything physical underneath a microscope is at least cells, atoms, nucleus, electrons. Okay? But emotions don't have any of that. Coincidentally, emotions do not have atoms. They don't have any evidence or remnants of physical existence. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Wow. Well, then why can we feel emotions? Why can we feel emotions if there's no existence? If they're not real? So I say it like this. Well, the fact that we can detect emotions and they are not real, to me, because of how curious I am, it indicates the purpose of why emotions even were designed. So let's say, well, you see all these lights, okay? The light's on, right? I have a studio, lights are on. If I turn the lights off, you'll understand that we can detect the dark. Humans can detect darkness, but darkness is also not real. It has no physical existence. There's no single cell organism called darkness. We can't put it underneath a microscope to discover how darkness flows. Darkness is only the absence of light. That's it. The less light, the more dark. Some places, like underneath a tree, when it's noon and the sun is like right above it, the shade is an indication that there's different like grades of darkness. You go into your room at night, turn off the lights. It's nighttime. It's midnight. There is no light unless you have like a computer and, you have like a little light from the side, or, maybe you have a night light on, or maybe your phone's charging and, you have like a little light. And okay, so, or maybe the light from your, fire, not fire extinguisher. What is that called, y'all? Fire alarm. There you go. So, what ends up happening is darkness is only the absence of light. That's why we get scared. Okay. We get scared because God said the light is good. Like, this is the law. Okay. The law. And let there be light. And we saw, and he saw that the light was good, and he called the light day. This is why humans like the light. It's written. So, why do emotions exist then? Why do emotions exist if they're not even real? What's the purpose of them? Well, emotions exist to tell you, they exist because of your mind and brain acting together. They are cooperating and cooperating with one another to then tell your spirit that there's an absence of God. Emotions are the absence of God. Okay? Emotions are here only to act as the absence of God. And now you are trying to fill in what's happening. It's true. Yeah, absolutely true. Okay? Nobody taught me that. Nobody. It's not in any book that I know. Okay, there's millions of books out here, but I have not discovered that yet. Emotions are not holy. They are all demonic. Demons are the only thing that use emotions against you to influence you. And I'm going to talk to you how a little bit later. Okay, but I needed to go through that big old rant. So we have intuition, we have feeling, and then we have emotions. Now, back on track. Intuition, spiritual perception. Remember the word perception. This is an indication that you are designed to receive from the spirit world. Just the fact that you have intuition. People say dogs have intuition. False. Dogs have instinct. Instinct is not intuition. Okay? Instinct is not intuition. Instinct means impulse. This is why when you put a bit of food down, when dogs are eating, do not mess with your dogs. Don't wrestle with your dogs. You will get bit. This is why when dogs are have the desire to mate and, have sex with one another, it almost feels forced. It feels like they don't even want to do this. As soon as the act is done, what ends up happening is they go and it's like nothing happened. They just go and play. They go lay down. They go, run. Like, did you not just do you did it right in front of my eyes and now you're done? Now you want to play? What's happening? Instinct. Animals have instinct. Okay. Humans have intuition. Okay. Because intuition is secluded for one of the three types of God's things that he brought into existence. So God brought three things into existence. One, creation. There's like like the sun, mountains, the grass, trees, flowers, color, sound. Those are creations. Two is creatures: dogs, worms, butterflies, flies, mosquitoes, giraffes, cats. Then he brought in creators, things that are made in his image, human beings, men and women. Okay. So, with that being said, intuition, spiritual perception. You receive. It's only reception. It is only reception. Okay. Next. Okay. Next. Spirit. The word spirit, it means breath. It means breath. Breathing. You're breathing. Okay. But breath, symbolically, it's just the pattern of exchange from one area to another. From one area, and you're somehow transferring information to another area, and it's going back. It's a quid pro quo. It's like, hey, I'm not sending more in there unless something comes out. So venting is a way spirits are transferred. Gossip, communication, talking. If you want to pour water into a cup, sun rays go from earth, and now the earth is shining its glory out into the cosmos. That's breath. That's spirit. Okay. The mountain will eventually become the beach. That's spirit. The beach will eventually become the Amazon rainforest. That's spirituality. That's spirit. Okay. Now, all of everything is like, if it exists, it has spirit, but life is like spirituality belongs to God, and God is real. God, the Holy Ghost, and Jesus Christ, Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? The Trinity of Trinities. So, spiritual perception. I want you to use your imagination here for a bit. Perception, receiving. Remember, a pathway. I want you to imagine a type of pathway. It could be you're walking on cobblestone. It could be that you're flying through a tunnel. You're driving through a tunnel. You're on a train through a tunnel. Let's say you're riding a bike through a tunnel. You know what? Let's change the path altogether. Let's say you are rowing a boat down a stream. Now, let's say you're rowing a boat down like in the middle of a cave where there's water. Or let's change it up a bit. Okay. I'm in a house. I have a window. That's a path. I can go out the window with, I don't know, I can just jump out the window, or I can, run out the window. I can, fly out the window. I can teleport out the window. So all these different things, and I have doors. I have upstairs, downstairs. So all of this are just different paths. Okay. I want you to think of intuition as a pathway from you to God, or from you to the devil. Okay. Intuition is just from you to something else, and them to you back. It's a pathway. It's open. Okay. But the thing is, the pathways don't move. You do. So there are two main types of intuition. The pathway. Okay. Two main types. Two big branches. Okay. You have holy intuition and demonic intuition. Holy intuition and demonic intuition. I think we can kind of guess which is on which side. Okay. So holy intuition, you have the ones that deal with God, angels. So things like praise, pain is intuition. Okay. pain, growth, productivity, sex, creativity, play, hope, joy. It's a bunch, okay? And I'm actually building my imagination course, and in it I'm gonna break this down to the T. So if you're interested in learning more and mastering your imagination, especially if you're a leader, you're gonna want to master your imagination. If you don't, it's still working. It just might be working against you. Okay, how's your business? How's your family? How's your communication skills? And imagination is not hope. Imagination is not faith. Two different, like very different things. Okay, so intuition is a path. Many different paths, but there's holy intuition, demonic intuition. Demonic intuition, worry, doubt, curses, gossip, hate, hustle, emotions, or not emotions, not emotions. And a whole bunch of other things. Okay. Literally, I've developed this whole thing probably like 6 months ago. And I'm so excited. I'm finally getting this out there. So, inside of these branches, okay, in my father's house, there are many mansions. Okay. So inside of these massive branches, you have a bunch of smaller branches. Okay. These smaller branches are what worry is, doubt, hope, creativity, play. Okay. These are branches of intuition. Okay. So you have two main types, okay, holy and demonic. And inside of these branches, there are smaller ones that have, different types of things. So let's continue to talk about intuition, the pathway. So in the middle of the path, so you're rowing the boat, okay, down the stream. You're rowing the boat down the stream. The stream is not water. Let's say the stream is not water. The stream is called intuition for this example. The water is called inspiration. Okay. The thing that is inside of intuition is a thing called inspiration. Inspiration goes inside of intuition, and inspiration flows, okay, from God to me. God inspires. Humans do not inspire. The word inspire, it means to be in spirit, to be inside of some type of intuitive branch, okay? So if you are inside of joy, this is where the phrase enjoy comes from. Oh, I'm enjoying my time. Thus, I'm literally inside of the intuition branch called joy, but I'm inside of it. So now I'm enjoying myself. Okay. If I am inside of the intuitive branch called play, I am not having fun. Fun is a demonic tool. It is not. Play and fun are not the same thing. We must have discernment when we're going into these things. Okay. So inspiration is the thing that is inside of your intuition pathway. Okay. When we receive, we are inspired. Okay. When we push back, that's not called intuition. That's called prayer. We pray to spirits, and it doesn't necessarily need to be intentional. People think you need to intentionally bow, like get on your knees and do your thing, and or right before you eat or right before you go to bed. Prayer is always turned on. God's always watching. Okay. God is always watching. Literally, the word life means spiritual existence imparted by God. That one definition literally explains why and how God is all of everything, is omnipresent. Life, spiritual existence imparted by God. There's nothing that God is not. There is no darkness. It's mind blowing to me. But nonetheless, when we are communicating to this, spirit, whether it be God or the devil, what ends up happening is you are in a process called prayer. So for example, you don't even have to do it directly, or intentionally. If you and I are in a heated argument, I'm just so upset with you, I'm cursing you out, I'm saying you're stupid, you're an idiot, all this stuff that I will never say. Okay, just an example. If I say these things, God's watching me. But guess what? If I say these things, I am spiritually saying that God is not available. So it's like me moving out of the sunlight and going right underneath that tree in the shade. And I'm afraid of the dark. So I do strange things when I'm in the dark. I accuse people of making it dark. I look at pornography. I drink alcohol. I smoke weed. Now, all this is just an example. Like, this is what people do. Like, this is how it works in this spirit world. Okay. When you are, how you communicate, how you pray shifts you to a certain type of intuition branch. Okay? How you communicate to the spirit world is what moves you from one branch of intuition to another. So, for example, you might be sitting in the middle of hope. You might be on the intuition branch called hope. And as soon as you say, man, this is stupid, I'm not going to do this anymore. As soon as you say that, what ends up happening is you shift to a branch called doubt. Okay? You're still in intuition, but you shift to doubt. Okay? I sincerely hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So, if there is inspiration on the inside of the branch called intuition, when I am on the demonic side, right? When I'm angry and I'm cursing somebody out, or I'm binge watching Netflix and I'm just procrastinating my whole life away, what type of inspiration is coming to me? What type of inspiration am I downloading? It's called demonic inspiration. Well, actually, there's a more precise word for it. It's called temptation. So temptation is being led into sin. Okay, being led into sin. Demonic inspiration, but what is sin? Well, the word sin, actually, it just means to fall short. It means to fall short. Okay, and They used it in archery back in the day. They like the bow and arrow. Doing their thing. Clearly, I never shot an arrow in my life, but you missed the mark. Okay, you did not get a bullseye. That's where the original word for the name sin came from. Okay, so with that being said, a sin is a multitude of things. Okay, sin is a multitude of things. You not doing what God told you to do. If you have a purpose in life and you're literally you're not living out your purpose, how God designed you to be, you are in sin. Okay, if you know you're supposed to write a book, if God told you to write a book to help children, and you have not, you are in sin. If you are greedy, you are in sin. If you are full of lust, you are in sin. If you are wrathful, you are in sin. If you are, full of sloth, avoiding your responsibilities, sin. Okay. This is, I'm not going to get too deep on that because I can go. So, your prayers, how you communicate to the spirit world, meaning any action that you commit, any type of action that you do, is what shifts you from being positioned from God to the devil, just like that, or from the devil to God, just like that. And do you know what the first type of action that you can ever do? Communicate. Communication is the very initial type of action. Okay, there's a phrase, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never hurt me. Man, I don't know who said that. Don't you believe it? Okay, don't believe it. In the spirit world, your words are covenant, or excuse me, not covenant. It's a contract. Okay. Your words in the spirit world are contract. So whatever you say, literally whatever you say, it's contract in the spirit world. This is why the Bible warns us. Okay. Idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. Meaning, if you don't verify thoughts, words, if there's no filter in there, it's not anything to brag or boast about. It's not a flex. You're weak-minded if you act this way. And weak-minded is a phrase that I took seriously because I was once that. But weak-minded, this is exactly why I am building the imagination course, to strengthen your mind. Yes, your mind can be strengthened. Absolutely. Strong mind, this is the best way for you, to equip yourself in spiritual warfare. The mind and the word. It's true. Use the word inside of your mind, and the tips and tricks and the exercises that I give you to actually manipulate the images so that you're not tempted. You will definitely remain in sin. So like temptation, being led into sin, being led to miss your mark. Okay, you are being led to miss your mark. That's what temptation just is. You're being led into the club to get drunk, to become an alcoholic. You're being led to, gossip and put hate on somebody. Okay, you're being led to slap somebody. You're being led to masturbate. You're being led to do all these things. Temptation. Okay. The biggest tool that the enemy uses, devils or demons, uses to lead you in order to miss your mark is emotions. Emotions are the single most effective tool against humanity that leads them to miss their mark every single time. Oh, I can just, do it tomorrow. I want to have fun now. Emotions, temptation. You just ruined your purpose. Okay? Oh, I hate my ex-wife. Oh, she needs to get slapped. Emotions, temptation, led to miss your mark. Oh, I'm so tired. I don't need to wake up at 4:30 to, write my book. Oh, I just don't want to do it. Emotions, temptation, led to miss your mark. You're a sinner. I'm a sinner. I struggle, okay, just like you do. Okay? The thing is, intuition is not far-fetched. Intuition is for us to detect the spirit world. But far too often, we are guided by emotions, and emotions are not my master. They're not my leader, and they're not yours either. They're not designed to be that. Every time you think that you need to be led by your emotions, you are emotionally irrelevant. You are emotionally irresponsible. You are emotionally immature. It's just true. Now, emotions, if you realize how they impact your thought process, okay, thinking and imagination are different things, but like emotions get you, they urge you, okay, they try and push you in a certain type of way. So you can have emotions like happiness, and happiness, even though it's not real, it will a demon tries to put an image in your head of where you last found happiness. If you stated with your mouth that I just want to be happy in life, and demons know that you were happy at the bar or at the strip club or, at the casino and, doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, what ends up happening is the demon will put the image of where you discovered the happiness. What will happen is when you just pay attention to that, this is when you get the urge. Okay? The urge. So here's a little coaching tip for you. Okay? Even though emotions aren't real, they always lead you to miss your mark somehow. Yes, even happiness. Demons can make you feel real good. Okay? Demons, your physical body, demons know how to make you feel good. They want you to make you feel good. Just rest a little longer. Don't wake up early. Please don't. You need this, your body. Oh no, you need to just rest. But you're broke. What's going on here? You're about to lose your house. What's going on here? If your washer or dryer breaks, you can't fix it. What's going on here? Why aren't you waking up earlier? So, when you experience an emotion, I want you to have the emotional conversation. Your therapists aren't going to tell you this. Your pastors are not going to tell you this. Your parents aren't going to tell you this. Your teachers are not going to tell you this, or your educators won't. Teacher and educator are not the same thing. I'm a teacher. I'm not an educator. Okay. Jesus is a teacher. He's not an educator. Okay. Educators only pass circulated information. Teaching is a gift, spiritual gift. It's the gift of guidance, intuitive guidance. Okay. Prophets, pastors, mystics, mediums, fortune tellers, all are teachers. Yes, some work for the enemy, okay? And some work for the good guys, okay? So with that being said, have the emotional conversation. Whenever you are experiencing an emotion and you don't want to experience it anymore, open your mouth. This has to be done out loud. Sadness. Why are you here now? And then be quiet. You will see an image, a vision. Okay, a vision will come up projecting an image. This image will be the reason why this emotion is here. It's present right now. Now, it's not going to solve your problem, but now you know why it's here. And the only reason why this emotion or the image is being here, number one, because a demon put it there. Number two, like, if you understand, you didn't put that image there. You were just eating. You were, riding your bike. You were, doing push-ups. And now the image of your ex-wife is here. You know you didn't put that there. Your ex-husband image is there, him lying to you. You know you didn't put that there. Who put it there? A demon did. So have the emotional conversation. That emotion will tell you the only way for it to survive is if you do the thing that the image is pushing you towards. This is why emotions urge. Okay? If you just stare at the urge with your mind, if you stare at the urge, ooh, okay, I want to slap my ex-husband. Okay, ooh. Let me just stare at the urge of slapping him. I don't want to slap him anymore. It's gone. Didn't solve the problem, but if you observe the urge, it goes away. It's kind of like you flipping on the light, wondering where the darkness went. If the light, like the darkness cannot exist where the light is. As soon as you just pay attention to the urge, it goes away. It's gone. It has to be gone. It cannot stay. Yes, it's that simple. Give it a shot. Tell me what you think afterwards, okay? I know this video is long, okay? I'm going to wrap it up soon, or right now, actually. So this is what intuition is, okay? I really sincerely hope this blessed you, okay? This video is meant to transform how you look at spirituality, at the spirit world, at intuition, at emotions, at feelings, and at how you communicate with the spirit world. If this video resonated with you, you need to be considering jumping in my mini course on how to master your imagination. Your imagination is spiritual. It's not physical. No scientist, no nothing can ever pull out of your head your imagination. You won't be able to put it underneath the microscope. It's impossible. You can master it. If you have a weak mind, if anybody ever said, you got a weak mind, or if you think, man, I'm just not as strong. Like I always give in to all these urges. I need to get stronger somehow. You're talking about your mind. More specifically, you're talking about the portion of your mind called your imagination. I understand the mind. There's so many different aspects of the mind. I can help you. Go down into the show notes, enroll in the Mastering Your Imagination mini course, and learn today. Okay, learn today. Please. Okay, now, what do you think about all of this? Please let me know down in the comment section. Now, if you didn't know, Now you know.